If you don't have vision, you are living in the dark. You're just wandering. You don't know where you're going. You are going in circle because there is nothing that you're chasing. There is no goal. Whatever vision he gives you doesn't mean that everybody will come and hold microphone. There are more important things you can do in the kingdom of God that people don't even notice. But God recognizes it, and he recognizes it more than somebody who is holding microphone. Am I talking to somebody? So the moment you recognize your own and you go on that course of God's plan concerning your life, what happens? It dignifies you. You are no longer ashamed of yourself. You are no longer feeling worthless. At the end, you will receive the honor and dignity, both on earth and in heaven. This is one thing we don't know. When we have vision, or God gives us a plan, or a plan of God concerning our life, not for us alone. It's for you to deliver people. Destinies and lives are tied to your vision. Destinies and life are tied to your vision. You might be the Joseph of your family. Am I talking to somebody? You might be the Gideon of Israel. You might be the Moses of Israel. You might be any one of them. But if you don't discover it, if you don't know it, that person is going to die like mean men. If you discover your vision, it gives you honor and dignity. It brings you out from your hiding place and makes you bold. Even if you are introvert, it doesn't matter. It will bring you out. The introvert in you, God will use it. Remember too that Moses was running, hiding. And when it was Moses alone with the sheep, then God said, okay, now I can speak with you. And he put that fire to attract him to come closer. And said, why are you running? I have made you a deliverer. And the same way Gideon was beating himself down, Moses did. Why me? Why me? I'm a stammerer, I'm this, I'm that. And God's asking, am I not the one that created the mount? When you are on course with God's plan, God's presence has no choice but to go with you. Except if He's not the one that sent you. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It might be you propagating the gospel with your finance. If that's the path that God wants you to go, you will make sure that you never lack. Am I talking to somebody? It might be you, the one that prays for people. You will make sure that every time His presence is with you, so when you decree a thing, it comes to pass. Am I talking to somebody? It might be the one singing. You will make sure that anytime you sing, lives are being saved and people are being healed. In any part that you find yourself that God has given you, if you are in that course, His presence always go with you. You never go alone. You never go by yourself. He's always with you. And when God's presence goes with you, you have rest and peace in that journey. Unlike the one you send yourself. If God calls you now and say, go to Iran, and people are running and afraid because of how will you preach the gospel there? God will eventually make way for you that you preach the gospel and people will give their life to Christ. Why? Because He's the one that sent you. But if He sent you there and you say no, because there is bread and butter in America, I'm coming to America, you will never achieve your goal. Your purpose will not be fulfilled. The person will die and go empty. So anytime God gives you vision or you're on the course of God's plan concerning your life, don't be afraid. Even if He's send you into a thick darkness, He's there with you. He's there with you. Whatever you heard Him say to you to do it. Do not be afraid. His peace rests on you. His joy rests on you. In midst of the turbulent water, in midst of those chaos, in midst of difficult times, He said, I will be with you and I will give you what? Rest. And rest in good what? Peace of mind. No matter what you're going to go through on that journey that I sent you, I will give you rest. I will give you what? I will give you peace. Peace that pass every understanding, that people will not be able to understand it. If you go on the journey that God sent you, walk on the vision that God has given to you, you have what? You have what? Fullness of what? Joy. In doing that, even in scarcity, you will not lack. Because He's going to give give you his presence that will supply all that you need. And he said he will give you what? His presence will give you a fullness of joy. You will never bite your finger. You won't look back and complain. When you are full of joy, do you complain? You sing praises. So on that vision that you are in, that you are working on, do not be afraid. God is with you. He will give you direction. You might not know how to start it, but when you ask for direction, He will give you direction. And when you're on that course, every crooked places, God will make it straight before you. And whatever you need, that's what I mentioned about provision. Whatever you need, say the hidden riches will be given to you. The things that the people of this world have hoarded for too long, He will take it from them and give you as a provision for your job. He has sent an angel of the Lord, to do what? To keep you. Those of you who are afraid to take step, He said, I've sent the angel to keep you. Those of you who are afraid that I don't have anything in my pocket, I've sent the angels who give you provision. The secret riches will be given to you. The hoarded things will be what? Will be taken from there and be given to you. Why? Because you're on course with God's plan. And do not be afraid to take steps.